It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Co-founder of One Young World, Kate Robertson, joins us in studio to discuss the preeminent forum where young leaders interact with global figureheads to discuss solutions to the world's most pressing problems and coming up with those solutions at that. This year, the One Young World Summit will be held in Bangkok, where the main issue to be tackled is an important one: climate change.
Now imagine how different the world would be today if our past leaders had the foresight to work together in tackling pressing issues that threaten our planet today, such as poverty and climate change. Now at the One Young World Summit, the brightest young minds from around the world come together to say enough. Let's solve tomorrow's problems today. And co-founder Kate Robertson joins us in studio to discuss what we can expect from this empowering global forum this year that's going to be taking place in Bangkok. And it's always so good to see you. I always feel an air of inspiration when you're in my presence. How are you, Kate?
I'm all the better for seeing you, back at you,
Fantastic.
Inspired by you.
Fantastic. Now, for those that might not be too familiar with the concept of One Young World, what spurred you on to start it, and how has the forum grown over the past year since its inception?
Starting it really from being a South African and seeing the impact that great leaders like Nelson Mandela, Desmond Tutu were able to deliver to this country, and looking around the world and going, you know, where the hell are the leaders? And as an older person looking at people your age and going, you know what, these guys can do it all. Let's give them a shot. Let's stand back. And as Kofi Annan always says, if leaders don't lead, you must make them follow.
Yeah.
And I think that's what young people can do. I also really like seeing the world as one family. It's a different vibe.
Indeed it is. And you're so right in saying that I think the forum is a great way to teach people out there how young leaders, how community leaders can really take governance into their own hands and make the changes when the leaders aren't doing that. And so with that in mind, how important do you think the discussion of accountability and proactive leadership is to this kind of forum?
It's so complicated because there are so many issues facing you guys. You know, we've left you with a fair old mess. I think that what I'm seeing from your age group and some of the young leaders you know all around the world, a rising concern, frustration with, and attempts to address endemic corruption. And really, you have to hear that's the big, big positive on the digital world. The big positive there is you guys have got a shot at transparency. So you guys have got a shot at that, but there's no accountability without it.
I remember asking Kofi Annan this question, and I'm going to pose it to you as well. How do we, as young people, build that critical mass that will be able to have an impact without us necessarily going up in arms and marching up and destroying buildings and doing all these kinds of things, but really laying the importance on what the topic is? And let's say, especially right now, corruption being that we don't want this in our communities anymore, not in our society, not in our time.
No one does.
So how do we organize ourselves?
I think it's a question of people like yourself in the media can organize numbers. All of you have power online. It then becomes a question of these structures that are not seen as threatening ruling elites, that are transparent, that are open, where you have the right to say to power, sorry, what's your problem with this? I didn't say I was against you. All we said was this was a good thing. Don't be the young people who attend the climate change talks where leaders can pat you on the head, patronize you, say, oh, you're so inspiring, you're so sweet. Don't be those people. That thing is for heads of government to get their work done. They've got a job to do. So what we're doing in November at Bangkok, and I hope you guys will be picking this up, is there's 22 hours of satellite time covering the entire world. So if TV channels want to take it live, they can. If they want to take pre-records, they can.
Yeah.
Your friends, Kofi Annan, Bob Geldof, Mohammed Yunus, Manny Pacquiao, Li Xiaoping, everybody's going to be on that call. Every 5 minutes, a delegate from one of the 196 countries will be broadcasting a call to the heads of government meeting at the climate change talks to say, guys, get your acts together. Give a practical platform where the call is clear. Excuse me, you haven't done your job. Look at the consequences. This is what we want and what we need.
Now, for those that would like to become future One Young World Summit attendees or delegates or ambassadors, is the application process still open?
Application process is still open. I think for Bangkok, there are probably about, I think there are 23 places left, something like that.
Okay.
So you're closing and tightening. There's a good South African delegation there. Not enough, frankly, not enough. We've got every country in Africa again. Again, there are never enough of you. I'd like to see as many Africans there as possible because the presence of the Chinese is obviously important. You know my views on this. You guys and the Chinese have got to learn to talk to each other now, not through government mouthpieces, but dealing directly with each other because you are each other's future.
Kate, thank you so much once again. A pleasure to see you, and good luck with the summit happening in Bangkok.
Honoured to be here. We're very proud of you, Katlego.
Thank you very much. Well, there you have it. The summit this year takes place in Bangkok, Thailand in November. And of course, Expresso will be there to follow our young leaders rise up and make a positive change. We'll give you all of those details on where you can follow One Young World on our Expresso Morning Show SABC3 Facebook page.